Hi all, it's me, Fuzz The Piney.
Look at the front where it says Ames real big.
Friday and Saturday, Ames is having a huge two-day sale. Thousands of items are on sale for the entire family. Get 50% off all shorts, 50% off all tank tops, 50% off all swimwear and beach towels, 50% off all aqua socks, 40% off all patio furniture, and 75% off all fine jewelry. Don't forget, thousands of items are on sale for the entire family. But hurry, this incredible sale is Friday and Saturday only. Ames, bargains by the bagful.
All right, everyone, I'm out here in Wrightstown, New Jersey. Those are words I never thought would roll off my tongue again. But here I am. Technically, it's not even Wrightstown, from what Fuzz has told me. Fuzz The Piney used to call this area home for a little bit. And when she learned that I had done videos at the former Ames here, and I say former because I'm sure you can see it behind me, that it's no longer there. I told her that I did these videos, and she said you were literally like right in my backyard. And so it's wild how time would go and how things would change. But since she wanted to show me around and show me her old stomping grounds here, we had to make a stop here, and she wanted me to, you know, be allowed to see this. So I appreciate her bringing me here. And I thought I would do an update. Yeah, as you can see, the Ames is gone. It's completely gone. I thought it was. Somebody had told me it got demolished. And if you remember anything about my channel, I was inside of that store twice over the years. I did my first video in that Ames back in 2018. Then I came back here in 2022 and did it again to do an update because part of the roof had collapsed. And the inside got so much worse, and I was actually able to send the drone up in the sky that day to do a circle around it. But here in 2025, the Ames is gone. The rest of the shopping center is basically abandoned, and I want to do a little bit of an update and show it to you guys. The Ames Plaza sign still stands. The old Acme sign still stands. I would love to have that Ames Plaza sign up there. You could tell which side sees the sun the most because Ames went out of business in 2002. Here it is, 2025. And you see how good that sign still looks. But look at this side. The sun has baked that, and it is hurting. It's all cracked and everything. Might be hard to tell on camera. There you go. People, you wanted an Ames video. I know a few people have been asking me to do another Ames video, and I would love to. But I've covered most of them that I could get to, and I know there's still a few out there, like the one in Seabrook, New Hampshire. There's one in Hazleton, PA, and there's another one out here in Jersey. Somebody told me about, or at least Eastern PA. And, well, hey, if I move out to the Pine Barrens with Fuzz, doing those videos will be a lot easier because it's a lot closer to over here than it was for me in Pittsburgh. But anyway, I thought I would do an update. I remember a lot of these stores were awful inside, this being one of them. The ABC schedule of services. The windows are disgusting, and I know the inside was too. Look at this on the glass. I don't even want to know what it looks like inside. Can we even see it? Or no, we can't. Look at that. Look, it's growing inside of there. Yeah, we can't even see in there. Nope, the blinds are all down. I just remember it was pretty rough. Can't even see through the glass. I don't know that we can. No, look at the blinds. Look at the mold on that. Can we even see through this? No, you can't even see through the glass. could try. Oh my god. Look at the blinds are disgusting. This appears to be better, but, and we're about to see in here into this store. There's that partition wall in here. It's not looking so hot. Oh yeah, somebody cut a hole through the wall. Look at the floor, it's green. There's black mold on everything. On that wall anyway. I remember this too, the auto shopper. When do you think the last time there was ever anything in there? When was the last time anybody emptied out this trash can? Vavoom. Look at how old that is. Wow, look at that in there. And I know the last time I was here, there was one place or two places that were still open. There was like a Chinese restaurant or something. There was a little restaurant that was open. Sorry, I'm trying to get another look inside of this for you guys. Yeah, I can't really... Some of these aren't that bad, but yeah, over there was a restaurant that was still open. Oh, that's it, it's over there, and they still are open. It's in that building. But something here I thought was open. Maybe I'm wrong. For rent. Yeah, I don't know about that, bud. Yeah, the ceiling was breaking down in there in the back. Don't know. Imagine if we could step inside again. This one was torn apart. And then the coup de grace was right here. This was the Wrightstown Ames. Look at how fast nature took over. Look at how tall some of these weeds are. In just a few years. I was here in 2022. The building was still standing. And in 2025, you got greens and vegetation this tall. For you guys that aren't familiar with Ames, Ames was a regional department store here in the Northeast. They were based out of Rocky Hill, Connecticut. And if you know anything about my channel, I filmed and explored a bunch of abandoned Ames over the years, including the Ames corporate office in Rocky Hill. My good friend Anthony and I, Anthony of Ace's Adventures, and we explored the headquarters there a few years ago, and it was the worst condition building I ever stepped foot in, besides the Ames in Essex, Maryland, and this one. And the mold was intense, it was bad, and in here, the roof was leaking everywhere. It was raining inside of the building more than it was outside. And my first visit in 2018, the building was still very much intact and was able to go inside. In 2022, there was the auto center section over here, and that side, the building had collapsed. The roof came down, and it actually had collapsed about a month after my initial visit. Windows were shattered, and they put a fence up, and the fence was pulled away so you could just walk right through and go right into the building. If you never saw those videos, I'll link both of them, the original one and the second one, and I even got with the drone footage. I think I did 3 videos in total. I'll link all of them in the video description. But yeah, I grew up with Ames. They were very much like Kmart, Walmart, but Ames was that one type of department store that just always seemed to have something wrong or missing. I think Dan Bell summed it up best in his exploration of the Essex Ames. It was like they were kind of that department store where you could buy something, buy a product that you had to build or whatever, or even like, say like an appliance or like a toy that you have to build, and you'd get it home and pieces of it would be missing. or wrong or broken. So that was kind of what Ames was. You know, they got in over their heads acquiring old department stores that were struggling, like the Zare purchase. They did that in the late 80s, which sent them directly into bankruptcy because they got in over their head, and they recovered. They got Joseph Ettore as the CEO, and then they didn't learn their lesson from that acquisition. And I mean, they were known for taking over multiple dying department stores, like the N. They did that one as well. And well, in 1998, they acquired my favorite one, Hills Department Stores, which was based out of Youngstown, Ohio. And they just couldn't recover from that one. They held on for a couple of years. By 1999, all the Hill stores were converted to Ames. Some of them they left the name on just for the nostalgia, kind of like they did with a couple of the Zare locations. But then they filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy, and then filed immediately for Chapter 7 bankruptcy, and closed all 327 stores, including this one, in a month's time. And this just sat abandoned since 2002, and now it's just a field. It's hard to believe. But anyway, I'll give you another look at that, and then we're going to go check out this strip of stores. I do want to shout out and thank Fuzz The Piney, who's sitting in the car. She brought me out here, so check out her channel. We got some fun videos on there. But anyway, let's take another look and then look at the rest of this shopping center. There you go. Yeah, this was the section where the roof had collapsed. The loading docks were back that way. And if you remember, in the back of the store, it still had power the one time. And there was all these school items, school supplies, and all kinds of furniture back there. The back room was all along the back, and the storefront came up here, and the entrance was right here. All this is abandoned too. That's a fresh board. That's like brand new. But let's go check it out and take a look. See, if I remember correctly, one of these things was still open the last time. Don't know if it was this or not. I mean, that snowblower doesn't look that old. It really doesn't look that bad in here. But clearly it hasn't been used in some time. This building, on the other hand. And you got the insulation coming down inside of the door. Yeah. I can take a look through here too. Isn't that snazzy? Wow. Take a look in this one here. Oh gosh, look at the candy machine. Look how disgusting that looks. Especially that one on the right. A restaurant though. Oh, that Pepsi sign. Both of them, they need to be saved. I love old Pepsi stuff like that. I actually have one in my home, an old Pepsi sign that came from a restaurant and bar down in South Carolina. Very, very similar to that, actually. And I got the letters for it and just put the most bizarre and obscure and just random items on there, like gooey hot dog water, like cream cheese hot dog yogurt and stuff like that. Cheese milk. Then we got the Armed Forces building up here. Yeah, that's the Chinese restaurant I remember being open. I thought it was attached to this, but remember, it's been a couple of years since I've been here, and I honestly thought I wouldn't be back. But thanks to Fuzz, that changed everything. I'm grateful for her. Things change, times change, and you know, I'm just grateful to be here and do these videos for you guys. And have someone I really love support the channel, support me, and make this happen. There's gardening going on the side of this. Look. Hey, whatever works. But yeah, many thanks to her. She's a doll. It's just hard to believe that. That's just... I love doing Ames videos, and yeah, like I said, check out those ones that I originally did. They're linked in the description below. And I think just for nostalgia's sake, I'm going to throw a couple of Ames commercials into this video, just because I love it. There's an abandoned car back there too. Well, that's somebody's property back there, but yeah, the abandoned BMW and the old camper. Good old BMWs need to be junked. I can't stand those cars. Sorry, guys. Alright, everyone. Well, I'm just going to wrap up my video here. The 2025 update that I didn't know would happen. I didn't anticipate doing this, but thanks to Fuzz, thanks to this cute lady right here.
I used to live here.
It's hard to believe that I was that close to you twice. Yeah, so yeah, thank her for bringing me out here, because if she didn't bring me out here, I wouldn't have been here again, and I wouldn't have seen that again. But yeah, check out her channel, tell her I sent you guys, she's awesome. But yeah, that's gonna wrap up this 2025 update that I didn't know would happen. And well, if you remember too, I did the KFC right up the street from here back in 2022. That place got so much worse. There's boards all over all the windows, and I'm not going to film it again because you can't see inside of there now. And we have the fresh Rite Aid closure as well, but I don't know if I'm going to film that either, because the mirror windows, you can't see inside very well. So but anyway, thanks so much for watching. Take care and stay awesome. I appreciate you all, and we will see you later. Bye.
You know you work so hard till you die.